Hello and welcome to Pratik Chess Videos.
Hey Tristan, today we're going to see a game between Nakamura and Vidit Gujrathi. This game happened in the ongoing candidates four rounds have been played. Today is a rest day, tomorrow will be the fifth round, but this game was played in the second round and it was an amazing game where Vidit displayed his extraordinary attacking skills and with that also asserting his opening preparation dominance as he executed a novelty in the Berlin in the 8th move. So let's start the game. The game started with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5. The Rui Lopez here sticking to his super solid style with it played knight f6, the Berlin. Here Nakamura, well, he didn't uh, want to he did not want to play the Berlin, so he played d3, the anti-Berlin. Now the anti-Berlin is a line in which we'll achieve more complicated lines than the Berlin, so he does not want to play the Berlin endgame. But now bishop to c5, continuing in the main line. Now the main line goes c3, short castle. Now d6 is played, an interesting move. This is the old main line. The main line nowadays is d5, and this is not played so often today because d5 has been discovered. But now d6 was played. We had an idea in this variation. So now h3. Typical prophylactic move in the Rui Lopez. Now knight to e7. Probably the idea is knight to g6 later on. And now d4 breaking in the center. Now, in this theoretical position, with it found novelty with c6, which is a interesting move. Now this is a novelty, as you can see. Is there any game played in this? Not a single game. This is a complete novelty. See, this position had over how many games? Yeah, 172 games, but nobody has played this C6. This was a novelty prepared by Vidit. Very amazing novelty. So we are just gonna do it novelty. Novelty. Yep. So amazing. But well, nothing here. Bishop d3 was played. The now d into c5 can also be played, but then c into b5, c into d6, and then knight to g6, and then it's a complicated game with chances for both sides. And bishop d3, Nakamura just goes back, defends his pawn, attacks here, and attacks also here. So if you take on d4, it will give Nakamura a good center. So bishop to b6. Bishop to b6, very standard idea is that we are quietly moving our bishop back so that we don't give the opponent a center. And now d into e5, and it seems like black gave up on. So this is the thing. This is the thing. So c6, this move. The thing is that after bishop to d3, c into d. Now the whole idea of this c6 variation is to give a pawn for activity. So here you need to give a pawn if you want to play good. So now knight into e5, and now pause the video and think what should you play. Alright, so how to exploit our advantage? So, well, we have the two bishop pair. Our queen isn't actually active. Our target is the king. So go for the king, bishop into h3. Amazing move. It's an amazing move, son. Yeah, amazing. So idea is that if g into h3, it should be played. Queen to b8. This nice move, which is difficult to look from a distance, but well, this was all prepped. Now bishop to f4, bishop c7, bishop g3, bishop into e5, f4, bishop c7, and then we reach this position which where it is a fighting game and has chances for both sides. Here an idea is g5, so on and so forth. So well, after bishop into h3, knight to c4 was played, but it was actually a mistake. G into h3 was the best move, but knight to h4, well, it was better. So let's just better is as the better is simple. Mm, yeah, it's the better is symbol is here. Go here, and better in this position is g into h3. Well, so that's why knight to c4 is a mistake. Well, now firstly our bishop is hanging, so just bishop to g4. f3 cannot be played, it's a pin. Queen to c2, the queen has to move somewhere. Now now there's an option. You two options. You wanna give give the bishop for the knight and play knight g6, and you want to keep the bishop and play bishop to c7. Vidit chose the former. Now bishop to c7. Well, bishop to c7. The idea is that we preserve our bishop, and the bishop also does a great job in attacking in this long diagonal. So now e5. Idea is very simple, attacking the knight moves bishop into h7. So well, knight d7, and now bishop into h7 check. King to h8 is played. Well, king to h8, and now the bishop goes back to d3. Well, this was not so good. Queen to e4 should have been played. That was the best move, with the idea that after f5, we well, there are some complicated lines here, such as the main line is to here just give the bishop into f5. The idea that bishop into f5, queen h4 check, king h8, and then bishop g5 and play this position. That is the whole idea. But instead of playing this, white played bishop to d3, which was not so good as a move. So bishop to d3, and well, now b5, attacking and attacking. So after b5, now knight to e3, and then knight into e5. Knight into e5. Idea is that we develop all our pieces, and now all our pieces are tremendously active. Minor pieces. So that's why after now knight into e5, and then bishop to e2, defend moving our bishop. But now f5 knight. So it's a classy move. Idea is that if knight into g4, then f into g4, and we maintain the tension. Knight f3 check, knight d5, queen f4, knight f3 check can come. So here, well, f4 was played, which is a mistake, because here pause the video and again and think what should you play. Here comes bishop to b6, an amazing move. just sacrificed the knight, and you should have seen Nakamura's face expression. He was shocked because no one leaves a knight like that, but the idea is crystal clear. Well, the idea is that if you take here, now I play knight to d5, attacking here, and if wait, no, here, and if you play king to f2, I play queen to g5, bringing another attacker in the party. Queen to d3 is met by knight f4, rook a8 stuff, so you don't wanna go that line. And actually it transposed in the game, so after f4, bishop d6, f into e5 was not played, king to f2 was played. So it now transposed knight to d5. Idea is well to put more pressure on the knight, and knight into f4 is also coming. So f into e5 now, but just queen to g5 looks good and plenty of moves there. So, but well, queen to g5 was played here, and now let's see the what is now what is the engine saying? Well, typical. Now the engine is saying that white is obviously lost. Well, queen h4 was a more clear way to finish off, but nah, just queen to g5. Who cares? So that queen g5 is more practical. King e1, and then bishop into e3. Well, actually here before this takes here, white played a nice trick. He played rook to h1 check in between her, king to g8, and then f into e5, and then queen to g5. So now, well, three pieces are attacking, two pieces are defending, so you lost that one. So king e1, bishop into e3, bishop into g4, queen into g4, bishop into e3, knight into e3. By the way, you need to be careful. F into g4 allows queen h7 check and counterplay, so f into g4 is a mistake. So after queen into g4, bishop into e3, knight into e3, queen e2. Well, now there's a series of moves: queen g3 check, king d2, rook a8 check, king goes to c1, and then queen to g5. Well, uh, the simplest idea is to just play knight to f1, knight to g3, and fork these two pieces. That's the idea. So now b3, just waiting. There's nothing that can do, and also Nakamura's terrible pieces, they cannot do anything. So knight to f1 check, idea knight to g3, and then fork. So that's why here here white resigned, because Nakamura resigned, because you can do nothing against this knight to g3 and then fork. There the fork is inevitable, so that's the thing. Amazing game. Yeah, amazing game by Vidit. So he displayed amazing preparation here in this 12th move. Nakamura was down by 41 minutes, while Vidit was down by only 5 minutes in his clock. Means Nakamura had spent 41 minutes in these 12 moves, and Vidit has spent only 5. It's phenomenal opening preparation by Vidit, and also this attacking sequence was just amazing. Move after move, strike after strike, he just displayed his dominance. So this was the game. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon. Thank you.